So hi and welcome to the channel. Now beside me in this box on the desk is something I'm really pleased to be able to share with you guys today, and it is Altair Astro's new 130 quad. And yeah, it is a prototype and it's not out for sale yet, and the price is still to be announced. It's also Altair's only copy, so I will look after it, and thanks to Altair for letting me get my hands on it. So I'm going to put this in my observatory on the EQ6R Pro, and we'll get some images with it. Right, so let's quickly get this box undone. And again, it's a box within a box, and it's got some really nice dense foam packaging with it, which is really good to see. There's some foam blocks there to keep it all in place. Right, let's get this out. Wow, look at that. That's nice. Let's just get this box out of the way. Now this, I have to say, is a really nice looking scope. This dew shield is incredibly stiff. There is no way that is ever going to flop about or fall back. Right, so looking at the end of the scope here, it says Altair 130 650 FX serial number 001. It is their first and only copy, so I must be very careful with it. I mean, the build quality of this scope here is just amazing. It is second to none. It really is a solidly built piece of kit. I love the colour, and the paint job on this is just incredible. Right, so let's have a look. So yeah, it comes with this Losmandy plate here and this convenient carry handle, which you can obviously attach pieces of equipment to as well. There's several attaching screw holes here that you can attach pieces to as well, and you've got a little finder holder here. It's got a dual rack and pinion focuser. That's really nice. And it also has a very short focus tube travel. There it is, look, that's maximum. Also coming out about 40 mil, 42 mil. So when the dew shield is fully out, which I can't even get it out, it is so stiff. I think these screws there might be a little bit tight. That's maximum, that's the dew shield right out, and that's the focus draw tube right out. So let's just see what that measures overall. So that is just 830 mil, without the camera obviously. And when it's fully retracted and the focus tube is in, for a 130 quad, that's only 690 mil, which is quite compact really. Right, let's have a look down the end here. That must be a rotator. Yeah, look at that. This is a full 360 rotator built in to the end of the scope here. That's fantastic. That's a great thing to have. That focus control is so smooth. It's lovely. You can obviously fit a EAF onto this if you want. Yeah, you'll be able to put a focuser on here, and that must be the tension control knob there for the focuser. That is so nice. The build quality of that is second to none. So the focal length on here is 650 mil. The F number, I don't know what the F number is. I don't have that spec yet. I will find out. Right, so I really can't wait to get that out in the observatory and see what it can do. So I will get some more specs on this from Altair, and I will let you know. So I have just had a look at these little screw holes around here. There's 3 of them around here, and I've got a little Allen key, and I've had a go at adjusting them. It doesn't really seem to make any difference. The screws are quite loose anyway, so I thought that if I loosened them off, it might make the douche shield a little bit easier to move in and out, but the screws are loose and it's still quite stiff. Okay, it's a little bit easier, but you still really have to put some effort in to move that douche shield, and to pull it back, I mean, look, you've really got to give it some effort. But one thing's for sure, it's never going to flop or fall back when you're pointing straight up with your scope. It just feels like a very good quality piece of kit. There we go. Anyway, right, I'm going to build this up now. I'm going to take some bits off the other scope. I've got the Altair 130 Star Wave Ascent still here. So these are the bits I'm going to take off. My Mealy Quad 3, Pegasus bar box, and this is Altair's 60mm guide scope. And there's the little 130 guide cam in here. Right, so I've just got to Velcro these on and get the cables connected, and we're ready to get it in the observatory. Right, so let's get this rig off the mount, and then I'll get the 130 quad in here. They'll still just miss the roof when the roof opens. However, it's not balanced yet, so it may still have to go up a little. But let's get some cables on and we'll get the camera on. Yeah, once the camera and the filter wheel is on, it's definitely going to be out of balance. This is going to have to go up a lot more. Probably won't be able to open the roof with the rig in the home position, so I'll just have to be careful of that. Let's get the camera and the filter wheel on. So I'll be putting on the 2600mm Pro with the 7-position 3nm Altair filters. Right, so let's screw the camera and the filter wheel on. Right, so let's get some cables on. They're a bit of a mess, but let's start with the douche straps. Okay, well, all the cables are connected. So I'm going to power it up in a minute and see what happens. Might just try and tidy these cables up a little bit first. Right, so here goes. Let's turn on the mini PC. And the camera's started, so that's a good sign. I've got the laptop in here, so I'm now going to try and log in and see if it's working. It'll be a miracle if it works, especially the first time. Here we go. We are logging on to Nina. Right, this is a completely different setup. I've got to start a new profile here. Yeah, connect all devices, yes. Right, let's see what happens. Camera's connected. Filter wheel's connected. Telescope, the Rotator. Guider is connected. Scope is parked. PhD2 is up and running. So, okay. Right, what's unable to connect to the focuser? Oh, that's okay, there isn't one. Well, everything's connected. Let's just see if I can control the mount. It says it, the switch. I need the dome, and there's the dome. Fantastic. Right. Let's just go to the mount. Hit unpark and move it. It's working. That's good news. Let's try and open the roof. It's good. Right, so I'm going to try balancing the rig now. Well, that is actually acceptable. Yep, I'm okay with that. That means the roof will shut and open. So now that must weigh the same as the Esprit 120 because that is balanced. Okay, lights out, let's find a star to focus on. And we'll take another 3-second exposure. Those stars should get smaller. We're getting closer to being focused. That's the one. That's focused. Yep, I like that. That's good. Right, let's get the batten off the mask off. And let's find something to photograph. What have we got up? What can I find? I can see something. These. So hopefully that will keep going on LRGB until 10 o'clock. Let's see what happens. Hit play. Right, the rig should now be slewing to the Pleiades. I'm really pleased to say that this rig is actually up and running nicely, and I haven't had any issues. Just sorted out the guiding, but once that was sorted, the rig is working and I'm gathering data. So this is a good first test. I have to say the stars are looking great, right into the corners. So this doesn't need a flattener as it's a quad design, and so far so good. So a successful first test. I'm just gonna close the roof, get Nina to shut the roof for me. There we go, close. That just misses nicely. Right, well that was a complete success. I managed to get the rig set up and connected to Nina without any issues. I just had to sort out some guidance. Once that was done a calibration, away we went. And I've been testing on the Pleiades. I've been doing LRGB and I've got about an hour's worth of data. So far the stars look good from what I can see, and I'm now going to take that in and put it on the PC and have a proper look. So for a first test, I'm pleased with that. That's great. Right, so I'm now on the PC indoors and I'm going to open up the ASI Studio and look at these fit files. Right, wow, look at these stars. Let's look in the corners. We'll go, this is top left. I mean, they are as round as anything. Just look at that star there. It's top left. So now let's go to bottom left. Again, these stars are perfectly round, right into the corners. Now let's look at bottom right. Again, perfectly round. And now top right. There's nothing wrong with those stars at all. This is a 3-minute sub, and I believe it's the red filter. Yeah, that looks really nice. I'm pleased with those. So really this was just a test, just to see that the stars were looking okay, and really for me to get the scope focused, which I've done. So the next thing to do is to choose the target, and we'll have a proper imaging session, and I will get the data back on the PC and we'll have a look at that when I can get it. Now when that will be, I have no idea because we've got clouds. So next clear sky I will get the rig going and we'll get a nice image hopefully. That data is looking nice. So I've managed to capture one image so far with this rig, and using the mono camera with the 3nm Altair filters, and that target was the Lion Nebula, and I managed to get a couple of nights on that. Altogether, I know I say 2 nights, but it only worked out at about 5 or 6 hours anyway. So I've got that with the mono camera. I'm now going to take this off and put the one-shot color camera on, the 2600 one-shot color. So I'm now going to get the camera swapped over, ready for tonight. Right, so that's on. Let's get the cables in. So I will have to manually focus that tonight, as I don't have an electronic focuser on here, which is a bit of a pain really, but just for testing purposes that's fine. I'll come out and I'll do a manual focus, and then I'll come out and check it probably about an hour later and see how it's looking. So it's time to open the roof and get this rig going. I've had the scope now for around 8 weeks, and I've managed to capture 4 images, which might not sound a lot because we've actually had a lot of rain and cloud in those 8 weeks, but 4 images is better than none, and I'll show you those at the end of the video. The scope will work with a full frame sensor camera. I've only used it with my APS-C sized cameras. So this scope is a pre-production model and it's still undergoing testing, and I was told that hopefully it'll be out for sale in about a couple of months if all goes to plan. Now, it's not a cheap scope by any means. It is a premium telescope, and I can tell definitely by the build quality that it's a premium scope. The glass is excellent, and I'm sure that will all be reflected in the price when the price is announced. So I don't know what that is, I have no idea, but if you want to know more about this scope, then I suggest that you contact Altair Astro directly, and there's a link in the description below, and hopefully they'll be able to tell you everything that you'd want to know. So if you're in the market for a premium quality 130 quad scope, I can highly recommend this. The quality that I've seen is absolutely fantastic. So it just leaves me to say thanks very much for watching. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you found it useful and interesting, and please enjoy the images. So big thanks to Altair Astro for letting me get my hands on their only copy of this scope here. I've had great fun using it, and I'm going to be sorry to see it go. So if you got this far in the video, I'd like to say a big thanks for sticking with it and watching, and I hope you found the video interesting and maybe even useful. Please give the video a thumbs up and give it a like. It really does help the channel. And if you want to support the channel further, then please click on the links below. I've enabled the super thanks and the channel membership, and that will be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed yet and you like this kind of thing, please hit the subscribe button. I plan on doing lots more of these videos. There's lots more to come in the future, and I really look forward to seeing you on future videos. So with that said, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Thanks to all my existing subscribers, and as always, I wish you all clear skies.